everyone, how's it going? So EA cancels Black Panther game, closes Cliffhanger Games. This is the third round of layoffs at EA this year, and it's just getting worse within the gaming industry every month. So this was, I believe, revealed in 2022, and we haven't heard anything about the game since then. Electronic Arts is canceling its planned Black Panther game and shutting down Cliffhanger Games, IGN has learned. In an email sent to the staff, EA President Laura Miele said that these changes, along with other recent cancellations and layoffs, are being done to sharpen our focus and put our creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities. In addition to closing Cliffhanger Games and canceling Black Panther, EA is also laying off some individuals on both its mobile and central teams. We asked for the exact number of individuals impacted. EA declined to comment. IGN understands the total number of affected individuals in this wave is less than the roughly 300 roles cut last month across Respawn and EA's fan care teams, but cannot confirm by how much. These decisions are hard, Miele wrote. They affect people who've worked and learned from and shared real moments with. We're doing everything we can to support them, including finding opportunities within EA where we've had success helping people land in new roles. As with the past rounds of layoffs, EA is endeavoring to place affected individuals in other roles across the company. The company has made use of this placement program with each round of layoffs in recent years, an effort that remains possible despite the constant team cuts, likely EA seemingly drastically increasing headcount on other teams at the same time. Per GameFile's reporting, EA employed 800 people as of March of this year and did the same in 2024. So yeah, they've been just cutting people. Considering that EA hasn't been doing so hot, first off, we have new regulations that are starting to pop up about loot boxes, and seeing that one of EA's biggest money makers are their loot boxes, especially within Madden, seeing that they no longer have the FIFA brand, they have EA Sports FC. They did say this did do well according to them. They said that it grew by double digits, but I'm pretty sure that's still significantly lower than what FIFA would have brought in. And we also have to take in consideration their other brands. For example, how Dragon Age The Veilguard basically killed one of their biggest franchises of all time. I doubt they're going to invest any more money into Dragon Age, and they really have to hedge all their bets when it comes to Mass Effect for BioWare, even though we haven't heard much about Mass Effect 5 since this trailer about 4 to 5 years ago, and the most recent trailer just showed this character, and we have no idea who this person is, but we haven't seen anything. And considering how much of a flop Dragon Age The Veilguard was, a lot of people worried about Mass Effect 5, even though they've been reassuring that people behind working on this game are not responsible for The Veilguard, and they're going to keep the tones of Mass Effect and not, do what they did with Dragon Age The Veilguard. But we also have to remember the other failure that was Battlefield 2042. And to me, when I saw the new Battlefield game, it looks promising, but all the developers speak about the people working on the studios, that is very concerning to me, because it says we have all these studios across the world working on this project, and it was basically the same thing that happened to Battlefield 2042, and we saw how that launched. They did fix the game, but it's still vastly inferior to every other Battlefield that came before it. 4, 5, 1, all those games in both visual design and gameplay. They also axed Apex Legends Mobile, which is one of their biggest live service games, and the fact that they can't make it work on mobile is saying much. Granted, Activision Blizzard did axe Warzone. They still have Call of Duty Mobile, but they axed the Warzone app. They were two separate apps. I didn't even know that. I thought they were under the same application, but they're not. And yeah, when this is being done, things are really, really bad. So, to the end, Miele email continues. The company is focusing on a small handful of franchises going forward. Battlefield, The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends. Miele also reassures EA's continue to invest in its Iron Man game at Motive and the third Star Wars Jedi game, as well as maintain its mobile business despite today's cuts, while BioWare works on the next Mass Effect. So they're really trying to streamline a lot of games that they know will be surefire successes. Like, I've heard negative things about Escape with the microtransactions and everything, but The Sims still sells well. Battlefield is still popular, at least the other Battlefield games are. And the EA Originals program, I want to go on a bit of a tangent, has been very successful, like with Joseph Ferris's games especially. Like, It's Take-Two won many Game of the Award. But yeah, Split Fiction did very well. As much as I wished it did well, I did like Models of Arium, but I also understood that why the game did not do as well. It should have been a linear game, not a semi-open game. It also had a lot of glitches and problems, but that's just me. Like, it is what it is. But let's go back to the article. The email doesn't mention EA Sports, but due to Melee running EA Entertainment while EA Sports is a separate division, IGN understands that the sport division is unaffected by these changes for now. Of course not. Like, Madden literally made $1 billion, and this is literally just recycled games every year with heavy microtransactions. They're not going to do anything to stop that gravy train. Notably, Marvel and EA's agreement for Black Panther was part of a 3-game deal that included Iron Man and a third unannounced game. IGN understands that the partnership will continue with Motive leading the future of Marvel titles. Well, you guarantee that Disney probably saw what was going on. Like, remember what happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2 with the microtransactions? No one's ever going to convince me otherwise that Disney didn't come involved and said, hey, remove it, fix it right now. So they probably saw what was happening with the Black Panther game, and Disney likely said, no, axe it, we're not dealing with this. EA provided the following statement regarding the deal with Marvel to IGN. According to Melee, our partnership with Marvel remains strong and our multi-title long-term collaboration continues. For now, like we saw what happened with the Star Wars deal, like if Disney feels like they can get a better deal elsewhere or just give it to multiple companies, they likely will do that. I mean, they did do it with Square Enix with Marvel's Avengers, and we saw how that turned out. Little has been shown about the Black Panther so far. It was announced in 2023, though we know from the job listing it was going to be a single-player action-adventure game, open-world game. Black Panther was being developed for a newly formed, now closed Cliffhanger Games, which was formed in 2023 with former developers of Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor and headed up by Kevin Stephens. So, maybe, I don't know, like, they had to see something that was really bad with this game. Those guts come in the heel of multiple rounds of layoffs and cancellation at EA over the last few years, and especially in 2025. Just last month, EA laid off roughly 300 individuals, including 100 at Respawn, while canceling an in-development Titanfall game and another incubation project. Earlier this year, EA restructured Bioware, moving some developers to other projects and laying others. I'm surprised the person didn't include the whole reason behind that was because of Dragon Age the Veilguard. In 2024, there was a massive reconstruction at EA, resulted in 670 workers laid off company-wide, including 24 workers at Respawn and 20. So yeah, it's just been a massive bloodbath. But yeah, also the Black Panther game had a huge PR disaster, and it stemmed from this situation. So this is a video from Asmongold from 2 million views, and well, let me make sure my desktop audio. Just look at this.
Mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment, and I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me.
I know some people who agree with that. Yeah, I know some people who, yeah.
And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. I am saying that sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something may be okay, but it was really a microaggression. And no one wants to deal with that while they're trying to make a game that they love.
Isn't this like basically illegal for you to say like, well, we just don't hire fucking, like, imagine if some...
Yeah, that right there was not a good sign. And when this came out, it was everywhere. I remember everyone was quote tweeting this person, and it's not a good sign. And yes, it is illegal. You can't not hire someone based on race, religion, sex, or gender. Like, I don't know why she said this. This was a really bad idea to say that, but yeah, this is what the game was known for a very long time until people kind of forgot about it because it is the internet. Everything goes a mile a minute, well, 30 miles a minute, but yeah, it wasn't a good sign, so a lot of people are not happy about those statements, and we're really celebrating when this game canceled, even though we didn't know anything about it other than the people developing it. But yeah, another one bites the dust in a lot of ways, and hopefully they can find jobs elsewhere or they can bounce back. I mean, I would have liked to. I'm sure concept art of this game will eventually leak as time goes on. It's like with that canceled Batman game that was based off the Shadow of War system, the Nemesis system that came out that also was canceled. That looks so cool. But in regards to this, it is what it is. At this point, EA probably saw the writing on the wall. They probably contacted Disney and said, hey, this is the game. And they were like, yep, we're not dealing with this. And they probably just ended things. Because I remember the movie also didn't do so well. And right now, Marvel's reputation is not so hot. So they're probably trying to seek absolute winners, like with the Marvel Spider-Man situation. But those are just my opinions. I really hope that art and stuff gets leaked about this so we can see what they were planning. But until then, tell me what you think in the comments below about this. Like, dislike, your choice. Goodbye.